Well, so this is the handout I gave you the other day. It's also the handout I used in the documentary Stylebender when I invited Israel to look at how could he fight from a winning happening place. So you wanted me to talk about this. The basis of the map I drew is from transactional analysis. His name is Franklin Ernst. And Eric Berne talked about life positions. That as a child, we take up a basic life position.
What does that mean?
What that means is we decide whether I'm okay. So the I is a code for I'm okay. So this is when we've had secure parenting, attuned parenting with someone where we know that our fear, sadness, joy and anger are welcome. We know it's okay to have needs and that they'll be fulfilled most of the time. Not all the time, because that doesn't help grow resilience. That grows like somebody wrapped in cotton wool.
What does that mean?
Wrapped in cotton wool, like really like your mum. Totally wraps you up. Are you okay? But the person doesn't know they're okay then. So this is like the attachment theory drawn on this axis. I end up deciding with my conclusion, I'm okay. And ideally, and this is what my granddaughter, especially Erin, she knows that she's okay and she knows that you're okay. So this is why I'm doing this in green. This is the garden place when I'm talking about building communication bridges. It's the place, I'll let you write because of my neck. It's the place of winning happening.
It's two ends?
Yes. Winning happening. And I've forgotten who, but somebody else put, and this is what matters to me. It's not about just I'm okay, really individual. It's not about we're okay, you and me. It's how am I going to draw it? It's about, and we're all okay. So I'm okay, you're okay, and we're okay. And the planet's okay.
And by okay, you don't mean just joy, right?
No. It means I'm taking into consideration Gaia, the planet. So, yeah, we're okay, they're okay, and the planet's okay. We have to find a way to draw that one. But let me put it up there. I haven't drawn it like that. We're okay. She, as in Gaia's, the planet's okay, and they, everybody else is okay. Meaning that we're taking them into consideration. They're okay.
And by consideration, you mean? What do you mean with consideration?
Well, how is my behavior impacting someone else? If I hoard heaps of food from the supermarket saying COVID and there's no toilet rolls left because of my fear of running out or fear of missing out, I'm taking resources, greed. I'm taking resources more than what I need.
And the so the consideration is that you are considering how you are impacting and how you are affecting, how you are in weavening with everything around you.
Yeah, for me that's this garden place.
And by okay is that also I would add that I'm considering inside me all the feelings and honoring it.
Yes.
So if you feel when say I'm okay, you are okay, that some people understand that we are not feeling. Because when someone has a map of feeling is bad, we are okay when we are not feeling nothing. So this is why I want to distinguish that is also consideration by what we feel and what the other feel.
Totally.
So the feeling is included here. It's not
Only
like,
feeling.
how are you? I'm fine. How are you? And then I'm fine, but it's this dialogue
No,
of
this isn't
numbness.
a fantasy. So it's truly using feelings to navigate and create a culture
Okay.
I want to live in, you want to live in, collaboration. And it's feeling in this top right-hand quadrant. On this map, I put Mickey Cashton's definition of power. Will you write it?
Yes.
From
I write before it.
there?
That is?
Power is the capacity to mobilize resources to meet needs. Power is the capacity to mobilize resources to meet needs. This is Mickey Cashton from Nonviolent Communication's definition. Mobilize I. Mobilize. I-L. I is you? It? Yeah, it. Oh, I see. The other one with the dot.
Okay.
Mobilize.
Mobilize.
L-I-S-E. Yeah. Mobilize resources to meet needs. Now these are the needs of greed, but essential life needs. And that again is a different addition. However, there's a beautiful distinction nonviolent communication makes, and that's the distinction between strategy and needs. Needs are never in conflict, they're universal, and needs, it's the strategy we're using to meet the needs where there might be conflict. So anybody that wants to look more nonviolent communication, the distinction between feeling needs and strategies. So now I'm going to use red to be consistent with swamp. So over here, the person is, it's the shorthand is, I'm not okay. Yeah, with a minus. I don't know I'm okay. I don't know it's okay to have my emotions. I certainly don't know it's okay to have needs. My life position is, there's something wrong with me.
So you would say like the victim in the triangle?
Definitely.
This would be.
So let's write victim in blue. Victim. And the transactional analysis language, it's the winner. Because a winner sets goals and completes them. Yes. The other thing I want to write in here is, in terms of relationship to power, I'm splitting it up. M-E-M, empowered, E-D. I'll split it. And powerful, same thing. I'm using my power fully to create powerful. I think it's only got one L. So I'm using my capacity to mobilize my resources to meet needs, to create the culture I want, the kind of quality of intimacy and relationship I want. So you're full of the resources to create. Over here though, the victim thinks, I'm not okay, but you're okay. So they give the power away.
I want to draw like that. And then give away.
Gives power away. To be consistent with the map that I'll.
Gives power away.
They give it away to the other person. They've got all the answers and they know what's best.
Yeah, gives the center, give the authority, give the will to choose.
Yes. Down here, I'm okay, and we're going now to the other end, but I'm okay, but you're not okay. Oh, wrong color. Will you do it in red?
In red.
You're not okay.
The perfectionism. I'm in a drive behavior. Being perfect.
Oh, is it perfect or just tired? I'm glad you put paying attention. So minus.
Minus.
So I'm okay, but you're not okay. You couldn't possibly manage without me. So this is what we were drawing on the other map of the rescuer. It's also the persecutor. I'm okay and you're not okay, and I'm going to show you where you're not okay by criticizing you, by showing you where you're wrong,
by giving you advices,
all of that. So
And
this is power over. I'm using my power over you. And if we keep consistent with the blue, this is the persecutor and the rescuer.
And the rescuer at the same time.
Yes.
This is the rescuer.
And the persecutor. Because I'm okay and you just need me. You couldn't manage life without me. Rescuer or persecutor. And I'm having power over you. I'm telling you what you... Rescuer and persecutor.
And the persecutor is also can be him. Turn the flip.
Definitely here. You feel it.
Him?
Yep, I'm gonna show you where you're not okay. You're not so sure. Tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's still, since that I saw the first time the triangle map, and I saw the persecutor, the rescuer and the persecutor, energetically it seems to be totally different energy. It's like the persecutor has this anger. It's like I show you, and the rescuer the fear. If I don't change you, I will not be okay. So I need to change you. So then I.
However, in life positions, so I'm gonna punish you as a rescuer. You've got to hurt for me to be okay as a persecutor. You've hurt me, and I'm going to use my revenge to let you know about it.
Okay.
So in terms of life position, they are the same. Although on the drama triangle, they're on the different corners of the triangle. Because I'm going to have power over you. I'm going to punish you, control you, do your things for you.
Well, this makes a lot of sense now for me.
What sense is it making?
The rescuer is also power over you. But apparently, when I'm rescuing someone or I see someone rescuing, it seems to be not power over. It seems to be help.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm also used with these symbiosis we are talking, that kind of relating. That for me, this was love, and this was help. So it's like totally the sense of love and
yeah. Look what you're doing with your fingers. Go. The sense of
love
and what?
love and help and connection. It's like that. It's entangled.
Yeah.
It's not like that we have our space. And I think there's a map about like enmeshment, the energy, the bubble, like the bubble of us.
Well, that's what we've just drawn with a TA lens of the symbiosis. Total enmeshment. I was tested one time. My son, one of my sons, he left home quite young because he lived in a prison, he thought. He wouldn't say that now, but you know, teenagers, he needed more freedom than he already had. He had loads. Anyway, he's got to have he knows everything. He's gonna go flat, and they had to take a shared lunch for a Christmas end of year celebration at the place he was training. And Mum, yes, darling. I need a lunch. I need to take something for a lunch, and when I open the fridge, there's only dog roll in there. Beautifully crafted hook for a mother, right? I can't take dog roll. I'm just covering my smile. How I plucked it out, I don't know, because this is a long time ago. Jamie's 36, 20 years ago. And I knew about drama triangle. I said, so what are you needing? Well, can you lend me some money or bake me something? Now, even though it was a straight request, I was trusting the ulterior level message. So another thing, when we're on the drama triangle, we send two messages. We send the seeming adult to adult message, but there's always an ulterior level message. and the outcome is determined at that hidden ulterior level message.
And what is the ulterior? What do you mean?
Ulterior, yeah. So let me go back to the example.
Uh-huh.
So I said, actually, Jamie, thanks for asking, but no, because I don't want to insult your budgeting style. No, I was sweating. It's like, he'd probably spent it on smokes or some other stuff.
Uh-huh.
And that was one of the hardest things for me to do, because I would have had power. I would have totally supported him being really passive, not learning how to manage his money. Yeah, I would have had power over him.
And how was it the reaction? It was this thing that you said, and the adult is happening because he's giving you a directive request, a question.
Seeming, but
Seeming?
it felt tacky, you know.
Ah.
So in that moment, it sounded like a clear request, but when I looked at it over in the context of the last few months, if I'd have given him cakes or whatever, sent him money,
Mm-hmm.
to put that in the context of what's the skills that I was supporting him to develop, which is be responsible with your own money, that wouldn't have served that skill development.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying, that is the area, say it again, the name, the area?
Ulterior.
Ulterior.
Meaning hidden.
The hidden.
Yes.
It is about the context. It's not just about the situation.
And it can be just about the situation.
Or the
This is
purpose,
what-
maybe. Like the purpose or the intention, or like what is behind. Because sometimes someone sounds adult when asking something, but I can taste
Exactly
something.
that.
I can taste like it's not. It seems that you're asking for that, but you're expecting something else.
Yes.
After.
And that's it. And it's like, please reinforce my core decision that there's something wrong with me. You know, I couldn't possibly have worked out how to budget for this, or feel what it feels like to turn up with an empty plate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in terms of it looks like it's adult to adult, but all of these three have the hidden level message, and Eric Byrne made it a dot. And it's child to parent or parent to child, the hidden level message, which is really saying, please prove to me I don't have the skills, confirm I don't. Yeah, CP. Beautiful. So it's like energetically the invitation is to reinforce that they're not okay, couldn't possibly have worked that out without me, or that I would have been in a symbiosis with him and prevented him from feeling the feelings he needed to feel to maybe make a different choice next time.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes. You would not let him grow.
Yeah. Yes. And feel the pain. I did compensatory parenting because of how I was parented. I flipped it. I did them no service. They helped me grow up to have much firmer boundaries. Yeah. So on the drama triangle, this isn't here, but this is the hopeless life position.
Is it hopeless we were? I think it
How
was
did we do?
powerless.
Powerless. Because the person's capacity to mobilize resources is out of reach to themselves. I'm going to say it again while you write it. The person's capacity to mobilize resources is out of reach. And it's a very powerless life position where they believe I'm not okay, but actually also you're not okay. So deep in the swamp.
When I think about the swamp, I think about like a territory that I'm walking, and there is different things. There is like areia movediça. That is, what is areia movediça in English? A sand that eats you. You know.
Sinking sand.
Sinking sand that started to push you inside.
Totally.
And there is the carnivora plants that eat you like that. And then I'm walking, there's a dark forest that the rose started to roll in me. And there is some part that's look like beautiful, but it's like calm. And then there's a big cave that take it. So I was drawing in my big book the swamp, like the views that I have when I go to the territory of swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a place in the swamp that I in my experience is like the sinking sand that I just describe it, that I sense like this, that I'm not okay and no one can help me. Like no one can give me even possibilities, or nothing that you say me will take me out here because you also are not okay. So doesn't matter. And I'm wondering if this is also the depression, or what people describe with that sensation of not wanting to get out of the bed, or
total immobilization. I think it's more than depression. So sadness and anger mixed together. The map of Clinton and possibility management's map of mixed emotion. Depression I would put up here. This is much more mixing 3 and 4. So the shame-based immobilization, guilt. Oh, I feel so bad. And the image I like to use is when we're in here, we've got a raincoat on. No matter what some reassurance somebody wants to give us, we've got we keep it out. So exactly like what you were describing before. Yeah, this is like the quicksand, the sinking sand. And that's where this links, in my thinking, to the symbiosis one, where the really young child's needs weren't met. But they've put that on the back shelf. We talked about schizoid, they cut it off, and then they live in their parent ego state and adult ego state, looking after other people. But deep down, it's the much younger self that needs revisiting and connecting with, making connection with what didn't happen, or in your case, what happened too much of. And my English isn't very good there. I get words around. What happened? I'm talking Brazilian English. What happened too much of? Oh no, that's funny. So I like this because people take this map away after building communication bridges, and it's like, which life position are you in? And literally, we joked the other night about, hey, yep, you're in the shit, and you're just one letter missing. Now I know I've got them, yeah. So I'll sometimes draw it. Yeah, you're missing the F. Oh, shift. Yeah, so you can shift. Now this one's hard. There's usually a lot of scars, a lot of unmet needs, a lot of emotion. So there's
and where is it? What is the name that you put here? With that blue.
What's his name? What did I tell you? Franklin Ernst called it the hopeless life position.
Wow. I will put down.
And the ultimate escalation of the hopeless life position is suicide. The ultimate escalation, when it's power over, is homicide.
Wow.
Kill somebody else. From the persecutor point of view. The rescuer, I would say, he would passively kill themselves by not caring for themselves. The ultimate. Yeah. And maybe suicide over here. Depends. Yeah, let's not try and just fit everything into the one map.
Yeah, I think here is suicide more slowly. By slowly, I mean like not taking care of the physical body, like smoking, or slowly.
So really passive, giving their power away. Yeah, so that's the map I made, and I'll find a way to stick it on the website, because we take power by making choices.
I think this is cool, so it should be here. So we...
Yes, say it again. We take power by making choices. So these people aren't choosing.
And what is so scary about choosing?
How do you answer that?
It's a question that I'm with. Because of the space I will hold about the unleashing the inner warriors, we were researching about choosing and how I was researching with Maria how we disempowered ourselves by not wanting to choose in our life. And my question is, why so scary to choose?
Well, what was the benefit of not choosing, not making a proactive choice?
One thing I found out with her today was that I was taken care of. So people around me choose for me. And if it would be shit, their choice, it's their problem. For example, a simple example was which food we will cook. And then I would not choose. I would not give any opinion, or like I would do that movement like, I don't care, you choose. And then we cook the food. My friends choose, I don't know, like to do a Mexican food, and I help them to cook. But then in the end, the food was not good. Like the combinations didn't work well. And then I had someone else to blame. So
Exactly.
I think it's a kind of old way of responsibility of like, okay, it's not my fault, it's you choose. So it's this fear of getting away from the responsibility of the choice, of the results I create.
Yeah, to reinforce your basic life position. Oh, I never get what I want. Oh no, you didn't ask for it. Yeah, but I wanted fish and chips. I didn't want Mexican. But they don't ask because they don't believe their need. Their conclusion is there's something wrong with them. Their needs are not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for some families where it was a good creative survival mechanism to not rock the boat, then someone will go along and be a chameleon and no, that's fine, you choose. But eventually they start brewing resentments. And then the switch.
Yeah. You choose wrong.
Yeah, and especially premenstrually or when you hit menopause. It's like, oh my.
All the resentments come up and the volcano.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I think menstruation time and the times before, somehow the survival mechanism isn't as strong, and women are able to get in touch with stuff they've repressed all month or years, decades, and emotions they've numbed, and then the hormones are helping it all come up. Yeah. Anything else on that one?
This definition of power, I appreciate it because it's practical. I can see where and I'm powerless, or where I'm disempowered. I'm taking out power from myself or other, or where I'm giving power to someone or to myself. I'm empowering because I'm if I'm empowering someone, I'm empowered then not just to this example we were talking about the fish and teaching to fish, and not just giving the fish, but I'm holding space for the person being able to mobilize more resources in her life. She's learning to fish the fish.
She's got a fishing rod.
Yeah, she get a fishing rod. She practice to fish. Not all the time I'm giving the fish.
And then a rescuer, when as parents, and if we don't listen to the children's no, it's by the time they're then left home and haven't learned to say no, they don't know what to do with sexual advances that they don't want. For me, it starts way down when they're young, when they spit pumpkin out for the first time, only because they don't like it. Don't tell them off for that. Oh, you don't like this one, let's have another go. Kids often need 2 or 3 times of the same thing. So why was I telling you that? because it's about, for me, it was the focus of what skills do I want these children to have when they leave home, and developing those throughout the 18-year lifespan.
And you gave the example when you're talking of 1 to 18, 2 to 18.
Yeah.
So it's growing, you are giving more power to the child choice.
Yes, incrementally. Because some people then switch from rescuer to persecutor by the time the teenager's creating Bobsy die, creating havoc. You know, that's it, you're out. And then they get kicked out without the skills. They haven't got the resources to live, but they're thrown out and kicked out on the street. Enough for that one?
What do you think? Is there any other thought?
No.
Yeah.
Take power by making choices. And
Like-
see what results you get. Map of new results.